Okay. Hello guys. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, my name is Haidar. I would like to tell you about my opinion about smoking on campus. First of all, smoking on campus is a topic that brings up a lot of debate. On one hand, many agree that campuses should prioritize the health and well-being of students and staff. And smoking is a well-known health hazard, not just for the smoker, but for those exposed to second-hand smoke. Because of this, many universities implement smoke-free campus policies to create a healthier environment for everyone. Especially given that younger students may not be fully aware of the risks or consequences of smoking. On the other hand, there is the issue of personal choice. Some feel that adults should be able to make their own decision about smoking, as long as it doesn't interfere with others. For smoker, being able to have designated smoking areas allows them to continue their habit without imposing it on non-smoker, while also respecting the right of others. The most balanced approach seems to be creating clearly designated smoking areas away from heavily trafficked spots, like near classroom, dormitories, or entrances. That way, those who choose to smoke have a place to do so, and the health and comfort of non-smoker can be protected. Ideally, such areas should be in place where the smoke would not easily drift into the air that others are breathing. This approach acknowledges both personal freedom and the need to maintain a safe, healthy environment. When it comes to smoking on campus, there are several factors to consider, ranging from public health concerns to individual freedoms. Many campuses around the world have taken steps to regulate or ban smoking in certain areas, or even entirely, due to the negative health impact smoking has about both smoker and non-smoker. Here are a few key considerations. First, health and safety concern. Smoking is a major public health issue. The risk of tobacco use, including lung cancer, heart disease, respiratory illness, and secondhand smoke exposure, are well documented. Second, secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke is a significant concern, as it can affect non-smokers in this vicinity. Third, campus culture and responsibility. Universities are often seen a place of learning and growth, not just academically but also socially and health-wise. Fourth, personal freedom. Fifth, designated smoking areas. Designated smoking areas for campuses that want to accommodate smoker while also protecting non-smoker. Sixth, its impact on campus image. What is the conclusion about this topic? The conclusion is ultimately the decision about smoking on campus comes down to balancing individual rights with the health and well-being of the broader community. Many campuses are moving toward smoke-free environment, not only to limit exposure to secondhand smoke, but also to promote a healthier lifestyle. However, offering designated smoking areas or resources for smoking cessation is a reasonable middle ground that can address the need of both smoker and non-smoker. That's all from me. That is my opinion. I so sorry if I have a fault or wrong. That's all for me. That's all from me. And as I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everyone, my name is Haidar Hanif. I would like to tell you about this material, simple present tense. First of all, what is simple present tense? Simple present tense is used to several forms of present tense in English. It is used to describe habits, unchanging situation, general truth, and fixed arrangement. The simple present tense is simple to form. Just use the best form of the verb. I take, you take, we take, they take. The third person singular takes an S in the end. He takes, he takes, she takes. Okay, and I will tell you the simple present tense is used to express habit, general truth, repeated action, or unchanging situation, emotion, and voices. Example: I smoke. Habit: I work in London. Unchanging situation: London is a large city. General truth. Second, to give instruction or direction. For example, you walk for 200 meters, then you turn left. Third is to express to express fixed arrangement, present or future. For example, your exam start at 9 o'clock. Fourth is to express future time. After some conjunction, after, when, before, as soon as, and until. He will give it to you when you come next Saturday. That is an example. Structure of present tense with verb. First, positive. Subject, verb, object. Example: I go to school every day. He likes pizzas. Second is a negative. What is the structure? Subject plus do or done. Subject plus do not or does not plus verb. For example, she does not like pizzas. Third is interrogative. What is the structure? Do or does plus subject plus verb. Example: does she like pizzas? Fourth, negative interrogative. Don't or doesn't plus subject plus verb. Use the simple present to talk about habit or routine, schedule, and fact. Add s to the verb for he, she, it, and singular subject. Do not put be in front of another verb in the simple present. Habit or routine. Example: I exercise every day. B, schedule. She starts work at 8. Fact is rain a lot in April. He drive to work. He work on office. The bank open at 9 em. How to form the simple present? In the simple present, most singular verb used to root form, except in the third person singular, which is n in s. First person singular, I write. Second person singular, you write. Third person singular, he, she, or it write, not the yes. First person plural, we write. Second person plural, you write. Third person plural, they write. For a few verbs, the third person singular ends with es instead of s. Typically, there's a verb whose root form ends in o, ca, ha, t, h, ss, gh, or z. First person singular, I go. Second person singular, you go. Third person singular, he, she, it goes. Not the s, not the s, not yes, not yes. First person singular, we go. Second person plural, you go. Third person plural, they go. For the most regular verb, you put the negation of the verb before the verb eg. She would not go, or I do not smell anything. The verb to be is irregular. First person singular, I am. Second person singular, you are. Third person singular, he, she, it is. First person singular, we are. Second person plural, you are. Third person singular, third person plural, they are. Sample present spelling rules s and es ending. First, add s to most verb. Close, dance, exercises, feeds, love, loves, open, opens, play, plays, puts, stops. And es to verb ending in ha, cha, ch, h, and z. Wash, washes, teach, teaches. Dresses, relaxes. Change y into I and added es to verb ending in a consonant plus y. Study, studies. Carry, carries. Copy, copies. Adverb of time. Adverb of time tell us when an action happened, but also for how long and how often. Adverb of time are invariable. They are extremely common in English. Adverbs of time have standard position in a sentence depending on what the adverb of time is telling us. First, adverb that tell us when. Adverbs that tell us when are usually placed at the end of the sentence. Example: I'm going to tidy my room tomorrow. I saw Sally today. I will call you later. I have to leave now. I saw the movie last year. Second, adverb that tell us for how long. Adverb that tell us for how long are also usually placed at the end of the sentence. Example: she stayed in the bear's house all day. My mother lived in France for a year. I have been going to this school since 1996. In these adverbial phrases that tell us for how long for is always followed by an expression of duration, while since is always followed by an expression of a point in time. Example: I stayed in Switzerland for 3 days. I have been riding horses for several days. I have not seen you since Monday. Jim has been working here since 1997. Third is adverb that tell us how often. That used to express the frequency of an action. They are usually placed before the main verb but after auxiliary verb, such as be, have, my, and must. The only exception is when the main verb is to be, in which case the adverb goes after the main verb. Example: I often eat vegetarian food. He never drinks milk. You must always fasten your seatbelt. I am seldom late. He rarely lies. Preposition of time. First, many time expressions are prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase is a preposition plus a noun. Preposition noun: at, 3:30 in the afternoon, at night on Sunday. Second, use at with specific time and in the press at night. Use in with morning, afternoon, and evening. Use on weekdays of the week and specific days. The bank opens at 9 o'clock. We go to work in the morning. The meeting is on Monday afternoon. His birthday is on November 20. Third, to show when an activity begins and ends. Use from blah 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 to. She worked from 9 to 5:30. Fourth, use to talk about an activity that continues up to a specific time. The bank is open until 4 o'clock. Sentence 5 is a sentence can have more than one prepositional phrase. He wakes up at 5:30 in morning. At 5:30 in morning. Verb plus object or verb plus preposition plus object. Subject plus verb plus preposition plus object. For example, he subject, drive, verb, a bus, object, every day is preposition. Many verbs take an object. The object receives the action of the verb. It can be a person or thing. Doctor help people. We study English. She need a new car. Some verbs are followed by preposition. Verb plus preposition combination also take an object. Many people listen to music. I worry about my grades a lot. He waits for his sister every day after class. Structure of present tense without verb. First, positive. What is the structure? The structure is S plus to be is MR plus object. Example, I am a student. Negative, S plus to be is MR plus not plus object. Example, I am not a student. Third is integrative. To be is MR plus S plus O plus object. Example, am I a student? Here there is my explain about simple present tense. Here are some conclusion about the simple present tense. First, it is a tense that is often used. Second, it can be learned easily by using a simple and understandable formula. Third, there are specific rules that should be followed to use it correctly. That's all from me. If you got something false or wrong for me, I very sorry. I very